Hey, what is good? What is up, YouTube? How y'all doing, man? How y'all doing? Tonight is a very momentous occasion. Tonight we are celebrating something very awesome, something very cool. And it's all thanks to you guys. 100 subscribers. We made it. We finally made it. At least on this channel, we finally made it. 100 subscribers. Pretty big deal. That's a pretty big deal. Now, beyond 100 subscribers, what we have to do next, what we have to prepare ourselves for next, what we have to get to next is, of course, 1,000 subscribers. Why 1,000 subscribers? Well, because not only is it the next big milestone, but it's the milestone because that's when we're going to get monetized here on YouTube. That's when we can apply for monetization. That's when we can actually start making some ad revenue. Of course, if you guys want to support the channel right now financially, hey, I've got a Patreon, got a PayPal, got a Cash App, got a Venmo. The information for all that is down there at the bottom of your screen. Feel free to donate. And if you donate on Patreon, if you become a patron, $3 a month, you get early access to videos. So there's that. That will certainly help as well. But yeah, man, like right now, like we're doing good. We're doing good. So, and I'm just looking at the subscriber count. We've actually gained 3 subscribers. 3 subscribers just today. We have gotten up to 109 now. It was 106 this morning. So, again, thank you guys so much. All right, so let's actually celebrate this. Guys, we hit 100 subscribers. Let's go. We hit 100 subscribers. There's only one theme that is appropriate for a moment like this. Yeah, let's get it. You guys already know. Yes, 100 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. Seriously, I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. It really is much appreciated. And we've got more videos in the works. Like right now, I've got some videos coming out next week. Again, early access to those is going to be on Patreon. Those will go up on Patreon this weekend, but they'll go public next week. And the videos that I'm working on are uh, it is a American comics versus Japanese comics, American comics versus manga video. Why is manga succeeding, but American comics are not? Why is manga killing American comics? That video is going to go up next week. It's going to be on Patreon this weekend. And the other video is going to be related to that. It's going to be talking about one of the biggest problems with American comics, that being that they're too chaotic. They got too much going on. Too many heroes, too many storylines, just too much of a good thing, man. Too much of a good thing. So that video is also going to be going out next week. Again, it'll be available on Patreon this weekend. So you guys get early access to that if you become a patron. And then on the gaming channel, we got some stuff coming out. We got the finale of the Kingdom Hearts Final Mix Let's Play. We've got a video talking about a potential Pocahontas world in Kingdom Hearts. And I've also got a video about Rumble and my issues with Rumble. And that's actually available on Patreon right now. That's been available on Patreon for over a week. I just haven't, there wasn't a need for it to go public until next week. So that's actually available right now on Patreon. All right. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you so much for 100 subscribers. You guys are awesome. You guys really are. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to look at some movie news, some movie trailers, and I think we're going to start off. Let's start off with this. Let's start off with Blue Beetle trailer. All right, and I do have to be careful with this because DC is, they're kind of picky about this trailer for some reason. Think right there will be good. Actually, I probably need to turn it down just a little bit. All right, there we go.
Bro, it's like Batman stuff. Batman's a fascist.
Okay, that's what I wanted. Batman's a fascist. Are you kidding me, dude? Now you guys know, like I have been supportive of Zaslav. I've been supportive of James Gunn. I've been supportive of, you know, the necessity to reboot the DC movie universe. And given Blue Beetle, I think it's still part of the Snyderverse, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't think it's really James Gunn's thing. I don't know how much involvement James Gunn has in this, to be honest with you. But calling Batman a fascist, like, are you serious? Of all people, Batman? No, come on. You expect me to be okay with this? Now screw you. Screw you. No, this right here pisses me off, man. This whole oh, Batman's a fascist. No, rich white guy, screw him. It's, I'm so like I'm not even angry at this point. You know what I mean? It's just I've seen so much of this crap over the years that I'm tired. I'm tired. Okay? I am tired of seeing this crap, okay? Yes, Batman is white. Yes, Batman is rich. But you know what else? Batman is also going out there and putting his life on the line every single night to protect Gotham and to stop crazy psychopaths like the Joker. It's not like the man's just sitting on his wealth and not doing anything with it. He uses it to fight crime. And because no one knows that he's Batman, Bruce never gets any thanks for it. Never gets any credit for it. So I'm so tired of this. I am so tired. And it's obvious that these people don't know what the word fascist means. They don't know what real fascism even is. So this whole idea of, oh, Batman's a fascist, you idiots don't know what fascism really is. All right. I'm just so tired of this. It's so lazy. It's so ridiculous. I'm so tired of this. And, I like Blue Beetle. I like Blue Beetle. I like the character. I like his powers. I like him in the comics. So a part of me wants to go see this movie. Even though I don't know how much of an impact it's going to have on the rebooted universe that James Gunn is supposed to be putting out. I still kind of want to go see this movie just because I like Blue Beetle. But after seeing this and having this in the trailer, it just kind of tells you everything you need to know about the type of movie this is and the people behind this movie. And it's just like, I don't need to pay to be abused. Okay, I don't need to be paid to just deal with this crap. I don't need it. I don't need it. So I don't know, like this trailer and that one line just really makes me step back and say I don't really care to see this now. I don't really care about this movie at this point. So you guys may have just lost a paying customer. I'm just saying, because at this point I look at it, I'm just like, I don't want to go see a movie that's gonna, go on with this crap. I've seen this crap before and I'm tired of this crap. So I don't know. I'm not really interested in seeing Blue Beetle anymore at this point. That's what happens. So you go woke, you go broke. But I mean, there is a lot of stuff that I like about this. I mean, like this costume is really cool. Like this looks really cool. But I like this shot right here. Like this lighting and everything. Like this is nice. But no, the whole Batman fascist line, like I'm not here for that at all. At all. All right, so something I was trying to look up and I can't find it. I wonder if YouTube's hiding it. The Bob Iger phone call. Actually, it may be on Rumble. Could be on Rumble. But there is a phone call with Bob Iger. Let me see if I can find it. There is a phone call with Bob Iger. There. Okay, that's interesting. Um, Bob Iger phone call where he was basically called out on the no. Okay. Yeah, I'm not finding it. I thought it'd be on Rumble. Actually, let me try and do a filter here. See what we get. Well, okay. I don't see the phone call, but there was an investor phone call with Bob Iger. And essentially it called him out on like siding with you know, the Rainbow Mafia, siding with people that have proclivity towards children. And the investors were calling him out in this phone call. It was an investors meeting. And good on them, man. Good on them. They were calling out Iger for turning Disney into this, what is more or less a subsidiary of the Rainbow Mafia and moving less away from the traditional family company that it's always been, and how it's started to hurt the bottom line, how it's starting to cause families to turn against Disney. And good for them. Good for them. Because this is what needs to happen, man. This is what needs to happen. Um, people need to go after Iger. People need to go after Disney. People need to call them out on this stuff because it is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. What Iger is doing, what is going on over at Disney. Um, this is not the company we grew up with. This is not the Disney that we've known. It's not the Disney I grew up with, in the 90s and the early 2000s. You know, I was a huge fan of Disney. And then I started to turn against them when they started to drag Star Wars into the mud. And I was just like, what is happening here? Like, I remember when Disney bought Star Wars. I was actually really excited about it because I thought Disney could do no wrong. Boy, how naive and stupid I was at that point. I had no idea just how wrong Disney could go, how south things could go, and they really have. I mean, like I've gotten to the point now. I can't stand this company, and I hate that that's happened because Disney was such a big part of my childhood, and I'm just really sad to see where things have ended up. But at least people are starting to call him out on this. Excuse me, guys. It is after 11 p.m. here. I probably should have done this earlier, but it'll be okay. Um, so let's see. There's also the whole Harry Potter thing. Like that seems to be moving very rapidly. The whole HBO Max reboot series, that seems to be moving very rapidly. There's talk that they may actually expand on some stuff from the books. From the latest that I've heard about this whole Harry Potter reboot at this point is actually, uh, each season maybe 8 to 10 episodes. I've heard conflicting reports. I've heard some say 8, heard some say 10. I kind of want it to be 10 episodes. I would like that more. The more episodes, the better. The more you can flesh things out. The rumor is that the first episode of the first season would actually focus on Lily and James Potter. So we wouldn't actually start out with Harry. We would actually start out with Lily and James. Probably see the night that, Voldemort killed them and Harry survived. The whole first episode being devoted to that, which would be very interesting to start off the series. Um, it would definitely be an expansion of what we got in the books to have an entire episode dedicated to that. I think that's a cool idea. So that's the rumors going on with that. That's the latest going on with that. There's not been any rumors on like any kind of casting and stuff. Again, this is not a done deal yet. It's just really close to being a done deal. That's what all the reports are saying. Um, so I expect that we're probably going to hear something about this being finalized within the next month, would be my guess. Um, but yeah, after they finalize this, of course, they're going to start looking for actors and actresses to play the characters. Um, I know with the movies, J.K. Rowling was very specific. She wanted actual British actors, British children playing the roles, to be as authentic as possible because, of course, Hogwarts is taking place in, Britain. So she wanted actual British people to play the roles. Makes sense. So I think she'll probably do that again. I think she'll try and be as authentic as possible. And yeah, hopefully there's no race swapping. Hopefully there's no, gender BS. Hopefully they just stick to the books and expand on the lore without expanding into territories that they really don't need to because it's completely unnecessary. Um, but it's hard to imagine, new actors playing the three main children. Somebody besides Emma Watson playing Hermione or, um, Daniel Radcliffe playing Harry Potter, um, or Rupert Gint playing Ron Weasley, because those actors and actress were cast so perfectly for those characters. And then when you think about somebody like Snape, I mean, can you imagine anybody but Alan Rickman playing Snape? It's really hard. And I'm not saying it's impossible. It's definitely not impossible. But, it's really hard to imagine that. It really is. But I think they can pull it off. I think they can pull it off. It's just, we have this idea of who Harry is, what he looks like, what he sounds like, and it's Daniel Radcliffe. That's what we think of when we think of Harry. And it'll just be a new Harry for a new generation. So I'm sure they can find somebody. If I was them, I would go with, actors and actresses that are not very well known. Um, somebody that we've never heard of and bring them into these roles so that you're not seeing the actor or the actress on screen. Instead, you're seeing the character brought to life because that's what happened with the original films. So I think that's what they ought to do. Well, Alan Rickman was actually an established actor at that point, but still, he did marvelous as Snape. He really did. So, uh, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the confirmation on it. I really am. Um, of course, Shrek 5, that's being teased, and I think that's going to happen. The Mario movie, I'd like to go see the Mario movie. I don't know if I'm going to get around to seeing it this weekend. I may actually see it next week. Um, I'm not sure yet, but I've heard it's pretty good. The critics don't like it, but it's become so obvious in the last few years that the critics are not where the fans are. Like there's a definite divide between critics and fans when it comes to movies. The fans love it. And if you grow up with Nintendo like so many of us did, grow up with Mario like so many of us did, there's a lot in here for you, apparently. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great movie. But apparently, like, it's just absolutely crushing it out there, which is awesome. I liked what I saw from the trailers. I've liked this movie for some time. Ever since that first trailer came out, I've liked what I've seen, and hopefully the movie does well. Hopefully the movie does really, really well. I think it will. I think it will. Um, and hopefully this is going to open up. I haven't seen the movie, so there may be like a post credit teaser or something that actually goes to this effect. But I would love for this to open up like a Nintendo cinematic universe. I'd love to see a Legend of Zelda movie. Wasn't there talk about a Legend of Zelda HBO Max series some time ago? Am I misremembering that? I'm not sure. Um, excuse me, guys. Again, it's after 11. um, I think there was talk about there being a Legend of Zelda series that never happened, but I'd love to see a Legend of Zelda movie. I'd love to see a. I know Donkey Kong's in this movie, but maybe Donkey Kong can get his own dedicated film. I'd love to see Kid Icarus get a movie because Kid Icarus is so underrated. I'm working on a video for the gaming channel about Kid Icarus too, by the way. But Kid Icarus is so underrated. I'd love to see a Kid Icarus movie. And eventually I like to see, kind of this all lead up to a Smash Brothers movie. I think that would be awesome. That's something that Nintendo can do that Sega really can't. Because you guys know, I did reviews on both of the Sonic movies over on the video game channel, and I love those movies. I think they're some of the best video game movies that have come out. I think they're fantastic movies. They're just good quality family entertainment. But something that Nintendo has over Sega is that, Sega really lives and dies by Sonic. But with Nintendo, they've got all these different IPs and they could actually create a cinematic universe, not just a Mario movie franchise, but a Nintendo movie franchise. And that's huge. I mean, that could be really, really big. Um, and as superhero movies, there's a lot of talk, are people getting fatigued with superhero movies? Are superhero movies starting to go into decline? Are we seeing the end of the era of the superhero blockbuster? I don't know. I'm not sure. I think in some ways maybe, but we'll have to see what goes on with DC. I think if DC Marvel is flopping right now, and I think if DC, even if this rebooted universe starts to flop, that may be like, okay, yeah, like this era of superhero movies is over. See in 20 years we can kind of restart all this. I could see that happening. But I think we could be in the early days of a new trend when it comes to video game movies. And I think we could see video game movies really start to dominate the market. Again, Sonic was really good. Mario is sounding really, really good. And, I personally, I liked the Mortal Kombat movie. It wasn't perfect. It had its flaws, but I thought the Mortal Kombat movie, the recent one that came out, I thought that was actually pretty decent. Not the best film, definitely, but I thought it was okay for what it was. But I think we could be like on the edge, on the precipice of video game movies really starting to become a dominant trend in the market. Um, I've heard some people actually make the comparison that video game movies are today is where comic book movies were in the late 90s and the early 2000s. So we're talking about during like the period of the X-Men trilogy, the initial X-Men trilogy, and Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. And, yeah, we had the Schumacher Batman movies, but more so Dark Knight and stuff like that. Like we're in that early period, like right before the MCU. Uh, but, we're just where superhero movies were starting to get good, but we hadn't hit the MCU yet. So we're kind of in that period where video game movies are starting to get good, but they haven't hit that MCU level of dominance, which we could be seeing in the next few years. I think that's very possible. I think that's very likely. That could be the next big thing, video game movies. All right, guys. So I think that's going to wrap it up for this live stream. I'm tired. I got work in the morning, but again, thank you guys so much for 100 subscribers. You guys are awesome. Thank you. That is so fantastic. I got more videos coming out. And if you guys want me to start doing this full time, really dedicate myself to making content for you guys, again, become a patron on Patreon, $3 a month, early access to videos. If you feel extra generous, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, the information's at the bottom of your screen. There's a comment in the chat with that information as well, and it's in the description box down below. But yeah, thank you guys so much for getting me to 100 subscribers. And here is to 1,000 subscribers and monetization on YouTube. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers, that's when YouTube really starts to push my content. That is when YouTube is going to, we can apply for monetization. I'm looking forward to it, man. I cannot wait. And let's get to 100 subscribers over on the gaming channel. That's also linked down in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for your support, your continued support. I'll have more content for you guys coming up very, very soon. Thank you so much. 100 subscribers. You guys are awesome. All right. That being said, this is JeskerJames with a Z, and I am signing off.